This this is literally the funniest debate I've ever been in. So, let me explain. Basically, this guy named Zen, he's trying to prove to me that um Anos beats Goku. I'm like, okay, that's wrong. So you can like read this debate, and then he adds because he couldn't like prove that this like what he wrote down was true, and I think he said he doesn't have scans or something, so he added his friend to help him debate against me. And me and his friend were kind of going on and on about the scaling and shit. He kept sending this long ass text. He said Goku's best feat was shaking the universe. I said Goku shook an outerversal construct too. And then um, this guy Zen said his best feat is surviving Hakai. And they kept talking about how Goku was an outerversal. So they kept clowning. I kept my cool the whole time. I even told them about feats of their own verse. So you can read it. You can read it. Read everything. Just read everything, bro. Read every fucking thing. Okay, this it's just I'm resending it. So I said I convinced over 1,000 people that Goku's outerversal. The bet is that they had to subscribe to me. So I was kind of like flexing my channel here. So yeah, they're like, oh, they probably sub because you make good content. I'm like, bro, and my content is literally Dragon Ball scaling. And then he sends me this, and then I send these scans. This is where it gets interesting. I just sent a scan where it says there's no concept of time, and a scan where it transcends dimensionality. So then I said, this his scan is nothing compared to everything I have. All right, and then he said, I'm using religion to scale a fictional verse. The reason he said I'm using religion is because this statement where Shinji says, this reminds me of Buddhism. I don't know how that has any relation to me using religion. So I said, it's not religion, the fuck. And then he added another person, I think, said, I'm capping hard, whatever. And then he said the reason why I'm using religion is because Shinji makes a reference to the fact that the otherworld scan reminds him of Buddhism. Wow. That is literally dumb as shit, bro. And then I said, bro, it's not like, bro, what? And then he's like, do you read what I said? No. I said, yeah, because in Buddhism there are realms that transcend dimensions too. So the fact that it reminds Shinji of Buddhism doesn't inherently make it a religion. Doesn't inherently make it religious, okay? And then he said, if that's the case, Rimuru is known as Azathoth, which is literally a false equivalence, bro. False equivalence. Literally a false equivalence, bro. These guys are trash, bro. Like they're complete utter bullshit. And then I said the man stating in reference to Shinji, by the way, the man stating that it's a reference to Buddhism is only because he had seen a similar thing in Buddhism. It doesn't inherently make it the exact same. And then he's like, it's literally Rimuru's attack name. What the fuck? And then this guy says, Goku isn't boundless. He's multiversal at best. And then I said, outerversal. Keep that in mind. And then he said, he is an outer. And then the scan he sent literally has nothing useful. And then I said, how is that relevant? And then he said Goku's complex multi at best. And I replied to him that he is outer. And then this guy said, I can't read his dumb ass. And he said, I'm saying to you that that's a goddamn skill. I'm like, bro, how is that relevant? And then I asked him where he got complex multi. And then he said Buddhism. I'm like, bro, what? And then he said Goku isn't complex multi at all. And then he said, if Buddhism, okay, he said, you're saying that Buddhism is the reason why Dragon Ball scales higher, so Void God Azathoth is my reason. And I said, that's a straw man. I never said that. I never said that. I said the man in the scan only references Buddhism as something similar to Dragon Ball, as it reminded him of it. You never addressed the part where the afterlife is stated to have no concept of time and is transcendent to dimensionality. And then he said he loves when idiots have false scans. Then I said, I was referring to the other guy, you strawmanned me. And then I addressed him. I said, false scan? The first scan is from the Dragon Ball Super Exciting Guidebook. The second scan is from the Dragon Ball Daisenshu 4. Toriyama himself stated that the guidebooks are more credible than himself. And I told him he was lying out of his ass. And then he said I should show proof. I asked him for exactly what he needed proof on. And then he said proof of Toriyama confirming it. And I said, okay, bet. Then he said if that's the case, implying that he already conceded to my point, if that's the case, why the fuck do you think our scans are fake? Then read the goddamn scans, which Zim is sending. And then he says Goku can't even solo his own verse. And they said, oh, exactly, bro. We have a Goku fan in RGC. He doesn't. We have a Goku fan in RGC. He doesn't scale him to boundless, unlike you. And he shows some scans of Frieza beating up Goku and Vegeta. He doesn't solo. I send the scans where Toriyama confirms shit, which that guy obviously just phases over. And then I asked, how is him being unable to solo his own verse relevant? And then he said, wait, you're saying Goku is outer? And I said, I never scaled him to boundless. I said outer versal, so that's a straw man again. So he said, where do you scale Zeno? I never answered this question because I didn't see it, to be honest. I'm just seeing this question now. I was probably typing something while this was going on. And then he said, if that's the case, remember that part where I said he conceded to my point? Yeah, if that's the case, concession accepted. So he already conceded to the fact that Goku was out of Versal. And then this guy comes in and sends some fate shit. And then he said, why do I think their scans are fake? I said, strawman again. I never said your scans were fake. I just disregarded them because they don't scale anywhere near Goku. And I'm lowballing. And then they go around about how Saber next Goku. And he said, we aren't talking about fate. I said, how is that proof? That just means Frieza is stronger than Goku, who I scaled to outer Versal. And they're like, anyone these days next Goku, blah, blah, blah. I said, by the way, send the scans that proves Toriyama confirms it. Exactly, yeah, we saw it. Cap, Goku next the verse. Goku is literally multiversal. Bro thinks he can defeat Hajun at this point. I said, you never addressed my outer Versal scale. In fact, they already conceded to it. I tried getting them in VC. They ducked. I said, I debunked Hajun to 5D. And I said, join up. I'm tired of fasting and tired of typing and make it fast, bro. Are you scared of one Dragon Ball fan? And he says, bro said he debunked Hajin to 5D. Yeah, what the hell? I said, I did, laughing my ass out. And then he said, this guy's high as fuck. I'm not joining the call, man. It's in. I'm out of here. I said, niggas scared of one DB fan, bro. One Dragon Ball fan. Bro, we aren't scared of you. He said, I'm out of here. I said, concession accepted. Again. He said, we're scared of your trash scaling. I said, debate me then if you aren't scared of me. He said, we have to be... They're the kind of people who will kidnap you if you don't agree to Goku solos. I replied to the other guy, I'm literally 2v1ing them. Like, 2v1ing. I'm literally 1v2ing them, however you want to pronounce it. So you never addressed it. Ain't debating someone who scales a multi-fodder to outer. You never addressed my outer scale. So how are you still resting on the fact that you believe he's multi if you can't even debunk my outer scale, which is inherently higher than multiversal? Then I said, nope. I've been completely logical and cool since we started. I gave you scans proving that Goku scales to outer. You never addressed them. You literally conceded to him. He sent the fate shit again. Said, did you address my scans? Did you address Zin's scans? I said, it's an appeal to ignorance. You haven't addressed the scale. You were just trying to put your scans. Meanwhile, yes, what did they scale to? Mid-outer. I said, he said, send real Goku scans. I replied to the other guy, it's not outer. And then said, what the hell do you mean by real Goku scans? We're nearing the end of this debate. This fate stuff is irrelevant, by the way. Then this guy says, this guy next Goku, in reference to this fate shit. And then I was laughing about him saying real Goku scans, and I said, Goku next comp fate. Debate me or duck. And then he said that transcends speed. And then he puts this blank face. I said, okay, and where does speed scale to in their verse? never addresses it. And he sends this Rimuru text again, and I'm like, well, clown emoji. He sends this again. It's really, really, really annoying. I said, this isn't proof. He said, you aren't even reading it. I said, I want the exact scans that state all of this. I already sent it 5 times. And then this guy sends a skill of Goku to low multi, and then he sends the scans I asked for, finally. And then he said, you want speed scans? Wait. It said, it's wrong. I already debunked that. The afterlife isn't a part of the living world. It's a place with no concept of time that transcends dimensions. Outerversal. I already sent proof for that, and proof that Toriyama confirmed those in the data books. I'm clean. I already fulfilled my part of the premise. I told him that doesn't scale anywhere. From what I can see, it's high uni at best. First of all, each Silver Sea has infinite universes. And I replied to this guy. So I said wrong. He said it does. I said I called him an idiot, but I apologized. I said sorry for calling you an idiot. Laughing my ass out. I said, well enough, it's overkill for Goku. I said, if this scan isn't fake, omnipotence is just a state of being, not a scale. It's just a state of being extremely powerful in context to everyone else. Then I said, Buu Saga Goku is overkill for the entire verse. It literally controls nothingness and everythingness, and oh my god, bro. He created all the universes, and sure, I said, okay, and Goku can tank conceptual erasure. And he said erasure doesn't work on Veldanova, Immortality Type 9. I said, okay, uni plus to multi, that's fodder to Goku. And then he said he ain't even multi. He's outer, he's above. He's referring to Veldanova, right, by the way. I said, I never asserted that erasure would work on them. I said Goku has resistance to erasure. So they strawmanned me again. And then he said platonic concept. Oh boy. This guy says I'm hopeless. He said platonic concept is an outerversal feat. I said, show me one scan of it transcending the concept of space and time. He's like, alright. So I patiently waited for this guy. Then I debunked platonic concepts right here. He never addresses it. He sends these scans right here. I addressed it right here. I said if it specifically states it's the concept. Basically me debunking platonic concepts. And then I addressed all his scans. Infinite dimensions and worlds doesn't specify a difference in dimensionality, so that's just multi plus. The space of nothingness scales nowhere since it's still a space, implying it still has dimensional attributes. Also, why are your scans so different if they are from the same novel? And then he's like, it's web novel. Oh, no, it's light novel, so it's different. I'm like, okay. And I asked how this scan was relevant, and he said being above elements and spirits is a platonic concept. Oh my god, dude. I said, notice how I got Goku to outer using 2 scans, and you and your friends still haven't done anything other than disagree with it. So you actually haven't addressed my scale. I already debunked Platonism. Also, where does it state the spirits or elements are platonic? Then he explains this bullshit right here. I tag my Platonism debunk. He sends this whole chunk of bullshit. I said, you're shotgunning. Delete this first. Let me address your previous point. So he said, you made me read your so-called scans, which means he did read them, which means he did concede to my scale. I've said this 4 times now. And then I said, it's never stated to be platonic. What they hold, what they represent, what exactly, and then why does this matter? How does having any applicability to spatiotemporality as a concept, which is what is required? Basically me asking. So, yeah, this guy says I suck at debating. I said, imagine what that makes you. Crying emoji. I'm currently bending you over now. You still haven't addressed my scans. You just disagreed, which I could just dismiss via the Hitchens razor. And then he left. He left the group. He left the group. See, right here. He left the fucking group, bro. He left the group chat. Bro, I slammed him so bad, bro. I slammed him so bad. Now I'm gonna slam this guy too. I'm gonna slam him.